Damn, brother. Welcome to another edition of Dom Mafia Live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? As you can read the title, the AP All-Pro honors have been announced prior to the playoffs, prior to Super Wildcard Weekend. And as many of us know, I'm sure you may have seen my Instagram reel, maybe my X post, maybe my TikTok, which is rest in peace TikTok. It's really only going to be here for, I think, the next couple of weeks, one of the two. However, on today's episode, we are going to be discussing Josh Allen didn't get the AP All-Pro. What does that mean about the MVP conversation? Does it really matter at all? It just depends on how a particular set of fan bases are going to look at it. And I'll go ahead and I'll tell you, it kind of pisses me off, right? Like, it makes me want to beat the hell out of Bob right behind. Like, take Bob's, silicone head and put it through that fucking wall, all right? The more and more that I think about it. But then again, have to look out at it because I have been like really battling back and forth in like, what does AP All-Pro truly mean? And then what does MVP typically mean? Now, with AP All-Pro, you have to go with statistics. It is who is the best quarterback statistically on paper. And as far as stats are concerned, it was Lamar Jackson, bar none, right? And the MVP is truly who is the valuable player, who is the most valuable player to one's own team. And although that the MVP and the All-Pro has not been different, has not had two different award winners since 1987. I want to say that it was Elway who won the MVP, and then somebody else was elected for the AP All-Pro award, which I'll be completely honest with you, I still think it is going to happen. There's almost a point, and there's almost a theory in the back of my head where I think that some of these voters, exact same voters that voted on the All-Pro, are also voting on the MVP. I think that they wanted to be able to give recognition to both quarterbacks, right? Like, they wanted to be able to say, all right, listen, we want to give credit where credit is due with Lamar Jackson because we are going to be handing the trophy for MVP over to Josh Allen once it comes into the NFL Honors Awards, really at the end of the day. And I think that it's going to happen for the first time since 1987 for that reason alone by itself. Now, I have everything here, including all of the votes, and then we're also going to be reacting to what Bills fans are currently saying on the internet today. So welcome to another edition, baby, and people probably want me to slap the shit out of Bob, you know what I'm saying? Yes, that was my aggression for being a tad upset. Guys, do me a favor, smash that like button if you have not already. It is the easiest way to show some love and show support on this channel. I am live normally twice a day at 11 a.m. EST and 5:15 p.m. EST as well. But I figured this was an important stream that I had to do, since this is obviously a very sensitive topic, I would say, to the vast majority of my fan base. So I kind of wanted to chat with the boys in the chat and see how everybody is doing today. Now, guys, listen, real quick, have to get through one plug, and that just so happens to be Rhythm, the artificial intelligent assistant. If you are a sports gambling degenerate, which I know 70% of you are, and you want your player prop picks handpicked for you, I highly recommend checking out Rhythm. Literally, you log on and it goes through a bunch of advanced data that the naked eye doesn't always consider. And it is completely free for the first 7 days, all right? Playoff football, of course, the Cotton Bowl is this evening. If you are looking to absolutely hammer your player prop parlays this weekend, might as well give Rhythm a try. 7-day free trial, risk-free. Risk-free. Shout out to Rhythm for sponsoring this video today. 223 of you in the chat already, 114 of you on YouTube, 109 of you on X. Guys, do me a favor, smash that like button. It's the easiest thing that you can do. If you're watching on your phone, more than likely you're going to see a live chat. Minimize that momentarily. You'll see the like button. Let's go ahead and pump this up to about 200 likes before the stream is all said and done. Yeah, only Lamar's numbers is better than Josh. Clearly has the most MA value of his team. I mean, look, like, here's the deal. Like, when it comes into it, it's very difficult. And as my good friend Thomas DeLau said on X, which I think that he put it eloquently, like perfect, like perfectly expressed. And in fact, I'm going to go on ahead and put this because he literally must have been inside my mind and it went directly into my dome piece. So I'm going to go on ahead and show you exactly what he said because I agree with it wholeheartedly. So he comes in and he says, I'm sorry, but I can't live with the idea that the guy people think should win MVP over Josh Allen has a running back with almost 2,000 yards rushing in his backfield. That's counterintuitive to the valuable part of MVP. And it's absolutely correct. Shout out to Thomas. He just ended up launching his very own podcast with Sterling Furlow as well. Have to go ahead and check that out. It's over at the Buffalo Sports Network, I think it's called. Definitely go ahead and show him some love on X as well. His username is at the Thomas DeLouse. And I think that's probably the most realistic way of looking at things, right? Like, what does value truly mean, right? Like, we're looking at a Ravens team that currently has 9 Pro Bowlers. And then once we ultimately end up looking at the voting as far as first team and second team, I I want to say the Ravens have like 4 or 5 All Pros on first and second team by itself, where the Buffalo Bills have only one player on the AP All Pro, okay, for first team and second team, and that's Josh Allen. He did win second team All Pro, something he can add to his resume, something that is to be proud of for the most part. But it completely wipes out like what the term value truly means. And I'm sorry, but like when you look at most valuable player, like you have to look like, oh my God, he is truly the most valuable player. And in my opinion, that award needs to go to a team and go to a player where there is absolutely no question. If there is a debate between, oh my God, who has a larger impact? Who has a larger impact on this squad? And if it is polarizing in any sense of the term, if it is debated, it's not him. It's not him. If you look at a person that is truly valuable to their overall squad and it is unanimous across the board, being like, hey, who is the best player on the Buffalo Bills? Nobody is disagreeing that it's Josh Allen, right? But if you were to go to Baltimore and say, okay, who is the biggest contributor this year? You're going to have people that are at odds. And you're going to have people that are going to be like, well, it's because of Derrick Henry. I don't think this team would have been as good as they were without that specific running back. So that's my overall thought process. Talk what you're thinking about. I haven't been looking at the chat because I beat the shit out of Bob a little bit earlier today. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sorry, buddy. So my blind diabetic dog is sleeping right there, and I want to make sure that he don't catch these hands, you know what I mean? Or my absolute elite footwork that is not on display when I punch Bob out. But have to make sure he is all good. He is all good. Maddox is coming on in saying, I'm a Chiefs fan all the way, but I got the Chiefs versus the Bills AFC Championship. I am ready for y'all. Shout out to Maddox in the chat for showing a little bit of love over on a Buffalo Bills channel. Hopefully I can get Cole on this channel a little later this afternoon. Buffalo has less talent and has better wins, and the Ravens have worse losses, and that's going into account for choosing the MVP. And they are working overtime to get Lamar this MVP, and I feel like it is going to happen. But then again, like here's one other thing, which makes it even more intriguing. How many times have we seen bulletin board material, right, work in an efficient way for this Buffalo Bills squad? So do you really think that this team would have like went out scorched earth in 2024 if all of these players didn't anoint Josh Allen as the most overrated QB in the league, or if they said that we would be lucky to win 8 or 9 games based off of all the weapons, right? Or Brady and Babbage were unproven. If you don't think that this team has leveraged in a positive light negative bulletin board material and used it to absolutely go on a run, like you're nuts. Like, let's even reflect back to last year, right? Who remembers when the Buffalo Bills were 6-6, and then a guy by the name of Ty Dunn released a hit piece on Sean McDermott right during that point? After that, that Buffalo Bills team ended up going on a 5-game win streak, ultimately stole the division from the Miami Dolphins. So this team, it's a real thing to talk about. It is a real thing to talk about that anytime anything comes out, whether or not that it's a particular player getting snubbed in any specific situation, or whether or not that it's expectations, false expectations, this Buffalo Bills team, history shows that when this team is disrespected in any sort of bulletin board material, what happens is that this Buffalo Bills team goes out there and they go on an absolute run. So to be completely honest with you, folks, I think this might have been the best thing that possibly could have happened to this team. I feel like this could have been the best thing that would have happened. Stop lying. Stop lying. You're right. You're right, man. Stop lying is what you're saying, all right? You're right. I will stop lying, okay? I'll admit it. I did have relations with your mother this past weekend, my friend, okay? Allen MVP winner bookmarks? No. Anyway, LaFraud Chokeson is coming into the chat. What is an absolute run? The divisional round, y'all never won anything. So I think I see a Maryland flag right there. And here's the deal, my friend. I was obviously where I needed to be at my beginning stream or my first stream of the afternoon. And it blows my mind that Ravens fans specifically are just not acknowledging the fact that Lamar Jackson is statistically one of the worst quarterbacks in the playoffs out of all quarterbacks that are currently in this year. And it's wild to me that like everyone's parading around like that statistic doesn't exist. I have been getting a bunch of other fan bases coming in here trying to explain to me that I should be nervous about the Buffalo Bills and my quarterback in the playoffs. When we're talking about statistically, Josh Allen is the best quarterback, the best playoff quarterback that is out there right now as far as stats. He has 100 passer rating. He only has 4 interceptions, 22 passing, and a hell of a lot rushing touchdowns. He brings it. And Lamar Jackson is what? He's 2-4 in the playoffs. He has 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, probably a couple of fumbles. He's not very good in the playoffs. So for everyone that's coming out here being like, this Buffalo Bills team hasn't proven that they can get past the divisional round. We've made it to the AFC Championship with Josh Allen before, is what it is. We have a fully healthy team for the first time in a very long time. So at the end of the day, I'm just confused. How are you going to come in here and try and explain to me that I should be nervous about my quarterback's performance when all of the proof and all of the data should suggest that you should be nervous for the playoffs? It's even Lamar Jackson himself was interviewed earlier today, and he was saying, yeah, like during the playoffs, I get the jitters. Watch out for Pittsburgh, because I am about to be going on a reign of terror. I will go on a reign of terror, but thank God the vast majority of you have anonymous profiles, so you will have absolutely zero consequences. But I do know that I will be drinking your metaphorical tears. It's beautiful. Why do you have to put one down to put Josh up? Just respectful. Benjamin, stop with that fucking Disney Channel original movie bullshit. Stop with it. Stop with it. Stop trying to be the guys like, I want everyone to like me. Listen, all the people that you're trying to get to like you, you probably wouldn't like them. You probably wouldn't hang out with them. All right? So do me a favor, and when you have sports takes, my guy, stand on business. Stand on business. Enough with the Nickelodeon sitcom bullshit. All right? I don't need that up in here. I'm just kidding, Benjamin. I appreciate you coming in and showing a little bit of love. It's part of the show. I like talking shit, but for real, all right? Stop it with that Brady Bunch shit. Stop it with that, oh, guys, we can all be friends. Like, nah, dude. It's not about that here. It's not about that. We stand on business over here. We stand on business over here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we do. We stand on business. Get out of here with so the Boy Meets World energy, right? Get out of here with the Corey and Topanga bullshit sitcom energy. Life lesson learned. Forget that, Benjamin. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All right? Everyone in here is walking away and getting rid and brushing it under the rug. Oh, my God, dude. Like, why can't we just celebrate the greatness of both of them? Like, stop it, dude. Like, stop it, bro. Like, you might as well frame your participation trophies from when you were a child. Like, go on ahead and, like, invest in, like, a very nice display casing of your participation ribbon from elementary school field day, if that's how you're feeling it. It's about competitiveness, my friend. We are a competitive group over at the Dom Mafia channel. Let's get that going. Benjamin, Scott, Milo, come on, buddy. Come here, bud. Come here, right? Come here. It's okay. Right there. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. We're competitive over here. All right? We're competitive over here, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Smith, Ravens Super Bowl was in September. It was. Aaron, what's going on? Brett, Dan, mic up Bob. So we want to hear the impacts of his pain. You're right. You're right, man. We're going to have to make it happen. Josh Allen, 114 starts in a row. He is Iron Man. Go Bills. Don't care about MVP. Give us a Super Bowl. Mark Krugen, footwork looked better that time. Listen, my footwork is absolutely elite, my guy. My blind diabetic dog was standing right there. He likes to nap right in front of Bob. I think there's a part of him that wants to protect Bob because Bob's been taking some beatings. Don't worry about that, my friend. Trust me. And so I've been boxing for a couple of years, actually. So this is racism against Winter Soldier Spawn. No, it's not. It's not, dude. Not a bad right cross. Thank you, Doc Holliday. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. Your boy got hands. Your boys got hands, baby. Sean McDermott got his team. He's second seed with all the bums, but I bet he won't even get a vote for Coach of the Year. I'll be honest with you, man. I am a huge Kevin O'Connell gets Coach of the Year guy. Huge Kevin O'Connell gets Coach of the Year guy. If you tell me that Buffalo hasn't achieved greatness yet in the playoffs, I'm cool with that. But don't sit here and tell me that Josh Allen has played trash compared to Lamar in the playoffs, which is absolutely true. Dan got me effing hyped. Let's go. Mako, absolutely. I want you to be hyped, my friend. This team is about to use all of this that was just announced as massive bulletin board material. Zero questions asked, man. Ravens fans, try not to be disingenuous. Challenge impossible. Gage, LOL. Brian, float like a butterfly, sting like a wasp. Wow. I love it, baby. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. A playoff choker is no playoff win. A playoff choker is someone who chokes every time they get to the playoffs. That's so far from Josh Allen. Dan, the hype train is here. Jordan Smith. Look at past streams. All you talk about for the last 6 weeks is why Lamar is king and his MVP. Bills fans want the Super Bowl way more. To be honest, Dan, Josh is also a playoff choker. Outside of the 2021 playoffs, his stats are not that great. If Allen was truly great. You shut your damn mouth. You shut your damn mouth, brother. It's untrue. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Cheesy Pop? I appreciate you. Allen needs to score only 25 more TDs to win a Super Bowl. Look at that. Hey, Dan, much love. I'm going to do a meetup in Buffalo when we win the bowl. Go Bills. Yes, I want to. DTN. Any other Bills that got an all-pro besides Josh Allen? Absolutely zero, my friends. Just Josh Allen. That's all we got. Check this out for a second. Here we are. So we're going to go on ahead and we're going to check out what we have. So Lamar Jackson, 30 votes, it looks like, or 78, one of the two. 78 to 109, 18 to 30. And then Joe Burrow ended up getting 2, 18 to 30 for QBs. Saquon was number 1. And then also you had Derrick Henry for the second. Gibbs had 2. Had Ricard, had Juszczyk, Michael Barton, CJ Ham, Alec Ingold. Brock Bowers, who was a rookie, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, dude, like 0. Like, I mean, let me see if any wide receivers got it from Buffalo. I don't even think they got votes. You had Chase, you had Justin Jefferson, his second team. Same thing with Amon-Ra. You had Terry McLaurin, CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr. as a rookie, which is insane. It's Mike Evans, Puka Nacua, Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, so not a single vote for any of them. Left tackles. Dion was this close to second team, but got beat out by Jordan. Left guards, nothing in Buffalo. Centers, Creed Humphrey, Frank Ragnow. Graham Barton, nobody from here. Right guards, it's definitely not going to be Osiris Torrance. Right tackles, Lane Johnson, Zach Tom, Green Bay. Defense, edge rushers, Myles Garrett. So, like, we're looking at everything that makes this Buffalo Bills squad so incredible, right? Like, so incredible. And that was our offensive line, right? And I think none of them got a vote. Like, none of them got a vote. So you know that this team is about to be going crazy. Oh my God, I got a blister. It's all right, though. It's all right, baby. We got all this already. A mere flesh wound. Haha. Monty Python humor. Burrow is getting votes is hilarious. I mean, he had a great season, and so I don't necessarily hate it. I feel like the NFL community is gaslighting the hell out of me with how much they dislike Josh Allen. NFL politics blocking the Buffalo Bills. Best worst game of the weekend. Best worst game of the weekend. Best game, like back and forth game. Like Steelers Ravens gonna be good. So Steelers Ravens is about to be very good, and I feel like people aren't talking about it enough. I'm very interested to see. Wondering why the Bills, then you're beating on Bob. It's gonna come down. Listen, dude, Bob is absolutely incredible when it comes into that, baby. All Pro and MVP are two different awards. Poyer's woman loves Buffalo still. Lamar is the prom king every year. She wants back in. Josh Allen, some people vote on both. E-money. When you look at the numbers, Lamar is MVP, and I'm a Bills fan. People don't talk about it because it's going to be a blowout by Baltimore. Josh Allen, generally the FTAP wins the MVP. Last time it happened. Yeah, last time it happened, it was John Elway in 1987 when that ultimately ended up coming up. Crazy stuff, man. Insane things. Insane things. Let me see what else we got. Pugsley Parr is coming in. Dan, I'm still waiting for that P.O. box for this mini helmet. Yeah, man, most definitely. I am ready to go ahead and set that up here momentarily. Joshy is elite in the playoffs. Toxic Ravens fans not knowing ball when they claim it's him choking and not the defense and special teams. Josh Allen 17, 1987 with Elway. Media was delusional on Bills in the preseason and coping in the post. Allen is stampeding competition in the playoffs. Allen is just poster boy, and the media wants Allen to get MVP, even though he does not deserve it. Glenn, you know nothing about ball. You know nothing about ball. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. You're a hater. You're a hater. You're a hater, man. You're an absolute hater. Haterade. Not knowing nothing about ball, Glenn. That's your name. Not knowing nothing about ball, Glenn. Glenn, non-ball knower, Glenn. Dano, don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Super Bowl MVP and hosting SNL is going to be better. Thank you as always, brother. Go Bills. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Peyton Manning won MVP in 2008, and he was AP's second team. Drew Brees was first team. Interesting. Dan, you missed Bob with the uppercuts. I did miss Bob. His chin is too small. He has no chin. All right. Like, not everyone is as blessed with a jawline like your boy. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that, baby. Look at that. All right. Let me see. Okay, Dan, besides Buffalo, who's your underdog story for this year for a Super Bowl win? Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions, my friend. Allen should have won MVP over Lamar like 2 years ago. It's not about Allen in the playoffs. It's always the Bills coaches that lose in the game. Doc Holliday. The league hates Allen. They want Lamar as face of the league. We all know why. I can't say it, though, but Allen is the best. Interesting. I forgot more about ball than you have learned. Wow. Damn, Glenn. Poor Dan hit him with a 16-piece combo and was winded. Love you, buddy. LFG Buffalo. Listen, boxing is a very good cardio. Cardio is my New Year's resolution, all right? All I do is I lift weights. I'm doing cardio now, baby. Watch out for that. Uppercut needs some work, not Bob's chin. Hey. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, baby. Bob's head. They lost Baltimore and Houston and also beat Kansas City and Detroit. Best wins for the season. Anybody. Cheesy Pop. Dan looking like the Rizzler out here. Thank you. Where is Jav A? My underdog pick would be Herbert and the Chargers. Absolutely beautiful. Where's that jab at? I'm quick with it, baby. I'm quick with it. Just like that, baby. You won't even see it coming. I'm sweating right now. A Lions Super Bowl win would feel good if Bills don't get it. E-money. If the Lions get a Super Bowl before the Buffalo, that is just gross. Straight up, this year, not last year, Lamar deserves the MVP. Okay, I'm fine with that. And so I used to fight amateurs out in Buffalo, man. So boxing, fought at McKinley High School a couple of times 15 years ago. That's sick, dude. It's the best cardio on the face of the planet. It's the best cardio on the face of the planet. I've been doing it, and like not like sparring. Like I've sparred a couple of times, but for the most part, it's just me like hitting the heavy bag at the gym and stuff like that. I hate like running, and so I hate like swimming or whatever. So if like you just do like, I don't know, like 5 2-minute rounds on the heavy bag, like you're fucking gassed. It's absolutely insane. Joe Burrow literally had the best season QB wise. He should have been on the first team. Jordan Smith, no, he hasn't. Glenn, stats are both good, but Allen did it with less talent and has better wins, and Baltimore has more losses. Scar 305, do jujitsu on Bob. Oh man, so Bob has no legs. You know what I mean? I'd feel bad if I do that to Bob. He has no legs, ladies and gentlemen. Randy PG, what's up, Randy? Hope all is well. I put $100 on the Steelers. It's a $600 payout. Wish me luck. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Has 2 more losses. If the Ravens lose this week, what does this say then about Lamar, especially if he wins MVP again? I feel like it says everything we want it to say. What is the all-pro team debacle going on? I am lost. So Lamar Jackson ended up winning first team all-pro, and there hasn't been a QB that has won MVP and also didn't make first team, I think, since 1987. Someone was trying to put out that Peyton Manning like won it while Drew Brees got first team all-pro. But we'll see. No, he doesn't. Ravens can't win when he has to throw 30 times. Pugsley, it wouldn't be gross. We have suffered for 57 years being the laughingstock of the NFL. A Detroit Super Bowl would feel great. If Henry does not run for more than 100 yards, Ravens lose. So Lamar has always been carried by his team. Oops. It is what it is, and they can have the MVP. We'll have the divisional win in the Buffalo Cheers. And the All-Pro and Pro Bowl selections could be used in a court of law to prove why Allen deserves the MVP. It'll be Adrian Peterson, now Lamar. Dan, you really think the Steelers are beating the Ravens? Yes, I do. Adrian Peterson was first team and didn't win MVP. Zay Flowers is out. Baltimore will be one-dimensional on Saturday. Steelers secondary won't have problems with Bateman and company. I totally agree there. Buffalo and Detroit will not make the Super Bowl. You can all hit the Lake Erie jinx. I have thought about that Lake Erie curse. It is true. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Glenn actually brought that up to me, was the Lake Erie curse. If neither Bills or Lions make it to the Super Bowl, then we know that damn Lake Erie curse is a real thing. Wow, Josh really got robbed again for MVP. It's all pro so far. We're still waiting on MVP to be announced during the AP poll, etc. If you say Lamar is not good, you're just being a hater. You could say Allen is better, but to say he is not good makes you sound like a goof. If you say Lamar is not good, you're just being a hater. You could say Allen is better, but who's saying he's not good? If we play the Steelers, that's a walk on the AFC champ. I never wish injury on anyone ever, but I sure hope Derrick Henry misses the bus or something. RM56, if Russell Wilson wakes up and the Steelers could actually win, I have no idea why everyone's just like pawning it off and saying that they have zero shot. It's a divisional matchup, and it just so happens to be against a team that has the best chance of beating the Ravens every single season within their division. It's a team that's familiar with them. And it's also a team that is playing a version of them that doesn't have their best wide receiver out there. I don't know. Y'all be the judge on this one. Dan, it's crazy to think that I think the Panthers will make the playoffs next year. No, it's not. Dude, listen, I have a lot of faith in the Carolina Panthers. I really, really do. How does Lamar have a 68% chance of winning? Where is that from? Smith. So the Bills won't play Pittsburgh in the next round. Buffalo will play either Baltimore or the winner of the Chargers and the Texans game. Pittsburgh would go to Kansas City next round. Good riddance. I want to see the Vikings-Bills Super Bowl. Whoever wins breaks the 0-4 streak. I feel like that would be a pretty solid situation. Mr. ATF, now, what is the Lake Erie curse? So the Lake Erie curse is that every single team located around the body of water known as Lake Erie has never won a Super Bowl, and or I'm pretty sure hasn't been there for a significant amount of time. It's the Buffalo Bills, the Detroit Lions, and the Cleveland Browns. Lake Erie has cursed those teams for quite some time. So we will see. Poly Market. Okay, Jack's unknown. Panthers look good this year with Chuba. Steelers got no chance against the Ravens if we are being honest. Derek, why? Why? Why don't they? Right? So you're telling me that the Steelers have no chance? That they have no shot? He has a career 58% completion percentage against them. He only averages low 200s when he throws them. He has 11 interceptions against them, only 10 touchdowns. His rating's only 73.1. He's been sacked 23 times. No. Excuse me. 8 touchdowns his career against Pittsburgh, 9 interceptions, sacked 23 times. Like one game, he was 7-4-2-1, like one of the two. Like, bro, I wouldn't go out there and just hand this win over to Baltimore. I wouldn't. In fact, I'm going on ahead and I'm putting the cash down as we speak, baby. Steelers definitely have a shot especially if Ravens got injuries too. I want Ravens to win. Josh can beat them. T-Dobbs. Russell has a better playoff record than Lamar. So the MVP might be a curse. So kind of hope Josh doesn't get the MVP then. I'm going to need Tomlin to bring his A game. Poe P. Let me see this. Mr. ATF, never, ever bring up the curse again. That's a touchy subject to us Bills and Lions fans. Thank you. Absolutely. So Lamar is a regular season merchant. He will never amount to nothing in the playoffs. Josh, I will be honest with you. I don't think the Steelers have a shot in hell against Baltimore. Ravens on a mission, man. And I don't think Pitt has the offense to keep up. Just my opinion. I don't really see this Baltimore Ravens team doing well offensively against now a fully healthy Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Have 100% TJ Watt. Have Joey Porter Jr. back. Zay Flowers not being out there is absolutely insane. I trust Porter right against Rashad Bateman, 110%. I also trust their safeties to take away Mark Andrews and their overall tight ends at the second level. I love Pittsburgh's pass rush, especially against that offensive line and their ability to prevent Lamar Jackson from being able to escape outside of the pocket. That's why his receivers have been having such success in finding separation, because he's extending plays with that. This is a recipe for disaster, and it's all because Zay Flowers is not out there. If Zay Flowers was out there, then yeah, I would probably tend to agree with you. But the fact that Zay Flowers is not out there, do not be surprised when the Pittsburgh Steelers wheel out Chris Boswell for a game-winning field goal with 2 seconds left, and the final score is 20-17. That's all I'm saying, dude. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my loins. We're good to go. Lamar is hyped due to winning against Giants, Steelers, Texans, injured, and Brown. How do you feel about the Bills team being completely healthy going into the playoffs for the first time in forever? Yes, I know, and are 8-2, but the Ravens also lost to the Raiders and the Browns. Doesn't mean they are near the talent. RM56. It's really the Steelers' offense. If Russ and Pickens start off strong, it could be an upset alert. And from what I understand, they are also going to be running with 2 QBs, right? Like having Justin Fields out there for certain situations, which make things somewhat interesting, right? Okay. Guys, big announcement. What I'm going to do, I am going to put a link at the top of this chat right here. It is called BetUS TV's The Huddle. Okay, folks? After I'm done with this stream, I'm going to be live over there with myself, Richie, and TD Finstock. We have a daily NFL show where we uncover all of the topics surrounding the league. I would love for each and every single one of you to join me today. So once this stream is over, go on ahead and head on over there. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to pin this so you guys have it. And come show some support, because not only are we going through all of the AP teams, we are also going to be going over some of the playoff previews. We are going to be talking about the Ravens and the Steelers game, which is interesting. For all of you that were wanting the Bills and Broncos preview, that was yesterday's episode. So I really want you guys to come over and show a little bit of love if you can make it happen. Y'all, we can be all of the butthurt in the world, but was no way Josh was winning MVP when you put numbers of QBs, numbers next to Josh, and they stack up. Even Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. But Randy, here's the problem, right? With Josh Allen, he sat out a total of 11 quarters because he was blowing the door off of teams. Like blowing the door off of them. Like 11 full quarters. Blowing the door off of a team, several of which where he was inching close to about 300 yards. He was averaging close to about like 120 to 125 yards per quarter on the games in which that he was benched during that point, right? So if you were to account and just estimate and pick the lowest possible number based off of averages, then Josh's numbers would have been probably aligned like with Sam Darnold as far as like passing stats, etc. Right? So I don't necessarily like that take when people just look at these numbers and they fail to look at the context that he sat for almost 3 games in total based off of how well he was playing in the past. He also played with a broken hand for halfway through the season as well. So, like, when I look at it, the only reason why Josh was not like in like those crazy passing statistics was, number one, we didn't have a coaching staff that was trying to give him an opportunity of padding his stats after blowing out a team. And a lot of these players were like, you're just like, oh my God, look at all this, blah, blah, blah. Like he was blowing the doors off of teams, ladies and gentlemen. Like he was he was in a baseball cap for 11 fourth quarters, 11 of them, 11. It's crazy. So if you were trying to tell me that Josh wouldn't have been closer to like the 43 to the 4,400 in passing yards, added yet another touchdown, which he more than likely would have. I think context is important. Like when you talk about that, like anybody that's going to go out there and say, oh no, like he would have like passed for like 60, 70 yards. Like you're just being delusional at this point. So that's kind of my thought process. Give me 4 ATDs, 1 for each game. Dan, parlay at a time. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to give you a parlay. For the Bills and the Broncos game. Number 1, take the over on a Bo Nix interception. Take a Josh Allen touchdown. And take Will Lutz, the Denver Broncos kicker, to go over 1.5 field goals. Because I have a feeling that the Denver Broncos defense is going to struggle finding the end zone, and I think the majority of what they're going to contribute is going to be in the field goal game. So give me Will Lutz for over 1.5 field goals, Josh Allen anytime touchdown, and also give me a Bo Nix interception. That should be a solid 3-leg. Take it to the bank, my friend. People are saying our division is trash, but on paper they have a better roster, which is why Bills were expected to lose the division. Zay will be back in 9 more days. Agree, but these voters aren't going to account. I think he should be MVP. I am referring what will happen, not what should happen. Absolutely, Randy. Absolutely. My guy down in Mobile. That's my guy. He also showed me the correct pronunciation. All-Pro is a stat award. MVP is a best player award. A lot of times it's the same person, but I don't think it is this year. Cody, Josh Allen ran through those teams like these chats run through Lee. Wow. Cody, damn right. Damn right. Think about that, chat. We already know. Debbie, what up? Jordan Smith, Glenn Allen is MVP. Proved differently. Take Amari Cooper over 25 yards. Easy money. Josh, he will get it on 1 catch. Guaranteed. Stenart Rogers is saying, I don't get out Lamar for about 4 weeks. Never mentioned for the award. Josh almost every week mentioned, I know who I want in my corner. And also, like, what they should also put into fact, or like what they should also put into consideration, is that we had already won the AFC East. Like, we had 5 games, folks, where it was so clear that this Buffalo Bills team, like, we knew that that 1 seed was completely out of reach for the final 3 games of the season. Even before Kansas City ultimately ended up clinching the 1 seed, we knew it was over. Like, this Bills team knew that we were going to have the 2nd seed. Like, nothing bad was happening to the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, they were continuously having a horseshoe up their ass. So really anybody that's going to say that, like, this offense didn't sort of like take back, like, this offense didn't take a step back and wanted to save a little bit for the playoffs, or like wasn't really going like all like forces ahead, I really don't know what's going through their mind. Last time I genuinely believe that this Buffalo Bills team like played ball, like actually went out there and opened up their playbook and like did everything and like unleashed Josh Allen and unleashed like our entire tricks up our sleeve, was the Lions game. Like, that was the last time I think the Buffalo Bills really went out there and put 100% full effort out onto the field. So, was it our fault that this team was so efficient that we clinched the division with 5 weeks left in a row, where other candidates, they put themselves in a corner because they weren't as consistent throughout the year and they had to play ball all through week 18? That's why Josh Allen's numbers were better last year, right? I mean, obviously this year he's cut down on the turnovers, which is ideal. But why Josh Allen's numbers were so great last year was due to the fact that the Buffalo Bills were fighting for a playoff spot all the way up until the end. This year, we already had it. Like, we were already looking at the playoffs, I mean, damn, in November, which is which is absolutely insane when you think about it. Or like first or second week of December, which is nuts. Allen is still winning MVP and Lamar is getting bounced first round. So Lamar had better rushing numbers, passing numbers, and touchdowns. More turnovers, though. And if you're going to have that same like mentality, it's the exact same philosophical reasoning as into why Josh ended up losing it last year, where he had better numbers than Lamar in every category with the exception of turnovers, and Lamar has more turnovers this year. It just doesn't matter, right? Like, it's backwards. It's absolutely backwards. Lamar is not a better player than Josh Allen. Sorry, Glenn, you clearly don't get it. Not just about the stats. It's the talent and the wins and the losses and who you end up beating. I'm 7 for 8 when putting parlays together with you, Dan. Thank you so much. I love that. I love that. Him being taken out for 13 quarters already shows why he is the MVP. He's been taken out like so much. It's crazy. Super Bowl MVP sounds fine to me. I'm fine with that too, bro. I'm fine with that too. 260 of you in the chat, 270 of you on YouTube. Guys, I want to remind everybody that we have a goal over here. We have 40,000 subscribers is the goal by the end of the NFL playoffs, end of the Super Bowl. If you haven't already, if you are a lurker and you just like watching me and you're not necessarily engaged in the live chat, I highly recommend that you pull on up, baby. You pull on up. Show us a little bit of love over here. Subscribe to the channel. Help us get to that goal. Smash that like button. And also join me over on BetUS TV's The Huddle, which is starting in about 10 minutes. All right? I have the link pinned at the top of this chat. So I would love for each and every single one of you to come up. Fair warning, TD and Richie are probably about to be talking a lot of shit about Josh Allen not getting first team All-Pro. So prepare yourself. But definitely go on ahead. Roll on over to BetUS TV's The Huddle. I will be live there in about 10 minutes. And just prepare for some NFL talk because we have this all locked down. I love each and every single one of you. I will see you in 10 minutes. And later on in the afternoon, I am welcoming Brandon Perna onto the channel for my late stream at 5:15 p.m. EST. Hope you guys can go ahead and join that as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you a tad later. Deuces.